God bless America. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We're going to have an appointment of the trustee, Terry Pazienza. He's going to swear in. Terry, you said you don't just
repeat after me. I, Terry Pazienza.
I, Terry Pazienza,
Do solemnly affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully
impartially,
and impartially,
and justly perform all the duties of the office of trustee
of the office of trustee
of the Leisure Building Association
of the Leisure Building Association
under the governing documents of the association
under the governing documents of the association
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you.
Sue, can I have a roll call, please?
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Super. Roll call. Tom?
I'm here.
Debbie? Julianne? Sue? Here. Sandy? Absent. Harvey?
Here. Okay.
Oh, and Kerry. Sorry, manners.
I'd like the approval of the minutes of August 21st, 2025. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Secretary's report.
It's me again. Just wanted to let you know that I did all the tabulation of the survey, and I believe it's on Appfolio, if you want to see the results in pretty colours. And I think we're trying to get it in the Leisure Village News as well for you to see. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Treasurer's report.
I just looked at my report. I'm so sorry I didn't put down the account balance this morning. It's about $4 million that we have in the account. We did transfers in of $303,637.50. We've written checks for $104,311.91. As far as collections go, 0 to 30 is 225, 31 to 60 is 61, 61 and above is 189, and at this point we have 54 accounts with our attorneys. And I'm very sorry I don't have the exact number.
Thank you, Judy. Attorney's report.
Good evening. Yeah. All right. So, in August, our office collected $37,794.25. As some of you may have seen, there was an amendment to the reserve study law. It's S3992, which will not impact your association because you are adequately funding the reserves, but it removes a lot of the prior catch-up periods that they used to have, and now will allow associations until 2030 to contribute 85% of what their reserve study requires as far as contributions go to the reserve account. Again, it doesn't affect your association because you are adequately funding and contributing in accordance with your reserve study. I've circulated to the board, and I believe that the membership will soon receive it. If you haven't already received it, the amended and restated bylaws. I've discussed this at a few meetings. Essentially, what this did was compile all of the prior bylaw amendments that have already been approved by the membership and put it into one document that is consumable for the membership. And it also changes the requirements that the Radburn law and the DCA regulations that flowed from that mandated that all associations comply with. And it also complies with the litigation from the Township of the Realtors versus Township of Berkeley, which changed occupancy occupancy requirements for associations. So this essentially really just complies with the law. It is not something that the membership must vote on, because this is something that legally the association must follow or has already approved. So this is just something that's going to be adopted by the board, likely at a subsequent meeting, if not the next meeting. It's going to be approved by way of a resolution, and then once that's approved, the membership will get the signed copy of that. That's all I have.
Any questions for the attorney? None? Thank you.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this question, but I'm Joan Nealon from 269D. Joan Nealon, 269D. The other night, there was a meeting in Lakewood about the new building that they want to put up over here. And we went down to the meeting and were told at 5:30 that it was canceled at the request of the attorney.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on what?
Thank you for that. So there's a proposed development north of Erica, east of New Hampshire, in what's now the forested area. It's behind some buildings in Buckingham. They're proposing 28 duplexes. The association has filed a formal objection to that construction, which caused the adjournment of the meeting. I discussed with the board, there are issues with the construction. The reality is that, we're gonna object, but if it does get approved, we want to make sure that the association is protected, and that the association is comfortable with what's built back there. So I want to give you a lot more specifics, but it's kind of a working thing that I'm working with the board and the engineer on developing a plan and developing something to take back to them, that they will hopefully revise their plans to make it more comfortable and more palatable for the association. Yes, the association as it currently stands is a formal objection. The next meeting is September 29th. Residents want to show up and voice their concerns, absolutely, right? That can only help. But as an association through legal counsel, I have taken the steps necessary to lodge those objections.
And will you be at that meeting representing us?
Yes.
Does there?
Yeah.
Does the fact that they haven't complied with some of the things that they were supposed to in the building that we have going on now, and some of it's been completed, and they haven't complied with the berm, for instance, to put up in between, does that have any bearing, or does that give us anything to use as leverage with them in starting something new when they haven't finished what they promised?
Right. It may, and it's certainly something we're going to raise to them and to the planning board if we need to, that these are concerns that we have because we see it right now. So we see what is potentially could happen in some of the issues that the association may experience. The board is definitely aware of that. They've raised that to me 20 minutes ago, and it's something that we're going to definitely work with them. I have a meeting tomorrow with their attorney to go through some of these issues. I would love for them to adjourn it again from the 29th so we have more time. The reality is, I don't believe there's a meeting in October, and then the next one is November. And so I don't know if they're going to consent to another adjournment, but certainly the planning board may decide that they need more time to digest this. So that's something that they may decide on their own. They want to see some more. We've said that their application is not sufficient, right? There's all kinds of environmental issues that we think that they should get clarification on from the state. And so hopefully the planning board, will agree to some of that if we can't work out some type of resolution with them. Again, it's the likelihood that it's going to get denied, it's probably not great, but we want to make sure that the association is comfortable with what's being built there. And as you said, their obligations are, they're going to honor their obligations.
Okay, another thing was the abandoned properties that they've built on down the road west of us. They stopped building about a year ago. It looked like it's pretty much done, except that you have no idea how far back it goes. But does it have any bearing that there's already one complete development that's sitting there rotting with no occupancy and no work being done?
Right. So probably not, because remember, this is a planning board, right? So what they're doing is they're looking to make sure that things are, per the code and zoned properly and the proper setbacks are in place. They're not looking to see if it's necessarily marketable or anything like that, right? That's something that they likely would not want to
Well, they
interfere
haven't
with.
finished, they just stopped building.
Right. That's a whole separate issue. Yeah, I don't specifically know why or anything about that, but they could certainly, I guess if the planning board wanted to, they could take that into consideration, but I don't really know if that's necessarily relevant for the application that this particular developer has.
Thank you.
Of course.
Nancy Campbell, 232A Buckingham Court. I think that what I intended to say is a repeat of some of what was just said, that with this new proposed development, I would hope that part of our objection or concern would be a large buffer between their building and the back of our village. Preferably not just 25 feet, but up to possibly 100 feet. So I don't know if that has been discussed with your objection, but I just wanted to mention the
Yes.
importance of having a large buffer.
Yes, the amount of the buffer and the trees and the fences and all of that is one of our main issues that we have, right? That along with drainage and things like that, and strain on resources and just quality of life for the association residents that are living by there, near a construction site for a year, right? So yes, that is certainly part of our objection, yeah.
Okay.
And a large part.
Janet Laura, 39J Cambridge. I just wanted to let the board know that I went to the planning board before that hearing, wasn't able to attend the meeting, and someone did come and look behind Kingston Court, an inspector. They were supposed to come back and talk to maybe you, Tom. Did anybody contact you?
I've been in communication with the Lakewood Inspection Department on that issue for quite some time. They did say they were going to send someone out. I'm glad that they did, but no, they haven't followed up with me yet.
Okay, I made a little contact over there with a woman. I'm gonna call her and see if it helps. The other thing was, the new development, was that part of their master plan, that development? Was that part of their original plan, and this is just a subdivision?
No, so they're taking, I don't know what they have in mind, but what they're trying to do is take the existing lots and subdivide them into smaller lots and build duplexes, but it's not part of a larger master plan.
Their original plan, I mean, for that development, it wasn't part of that? Not,
No.
I guess the plan for Lakewood,
No.
their plan?
No.
No, okay, thank you. One more thing. If we can't get them to stop building or do what we want, at least can you get the buffer and argue for that, for more trees or something for the residents here? Can that be your argument?
Yes.
Okay, good, thanks.
Thank you.
Tom, may I redeem myself?
What's that? Okay, go ahead.
All right, currently, at this very moment in Ameriprise, we have $4,359,124.25. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. I forgot to mention that the resolutions that were supposed to be for tonight have both been tabled, so we won't be talking about those resolutions. Village Manager's report.
Good evening, everyone. A couple quick updates for you. Reno Paving is nearing completion of this year's road improvement program. They're currently working in the 1 through 20 area, after which they will next week be in the 60 court, finishing up the new parking area and making improvements to the roadways and driveways in there. We'll be working with the engineers on any outstanding punch list items and making sure they get completed before final payment is made. We're also working with Lakewood MUA on a number of issues. Lakewood MUA is currently doing some survey work here in the community in regards to sanitary sewer. They've advised me that they're looking to make improvements in some of the sanitary sewers here in the community. Right now, they're doing survey work off of Buckingham Drive in Dorchester. We don't know the scope of the work as of yet, but they are doing some boring right now to get some soil samples, test the depth of their infrastructure and whatnot in order to put a plan together. I also got an update from Lakewood MUA in regards to the water leak that their detection had picked up. Right now, they're still going out to bid for contractors to make repairs on the various leaks that were detected. Additionally, they feel that once those repairs are completed, they're going to need another 12 months of monitoring. So it does not appear as if this is going to impact us for the 2026 budget. So we should be okay as far as any increase in that respect. Dorchester Pool is closed for the season. We're working with American Pool to get that winterized. Buckingham Pool will remain open at least into October, weather permitting. And once that pool closes, we'll be working to get that winterized as well. Grounds crews are carrying out some soil and seeding throughout the community. You've probably seen them out there. Wes, our grounds foreman, had requested that we increase the watering times to make sure that that seed does get watered in properly, so we gave them the approval to increase the watering times at least until the end of the season before we winterize. We're also preparing for the fall cleanup. We're already seeing the acorns coming down now. We're seeing some small leaves coming down. So soon we will be in fall cleanup. Equipment's all being prepared. Additionally, we're preparing all winter equipment for the upcoming season. And we're continuing to work in preparation for the 2026 budget. Part of that preparation is one of the biggest concerns is insurance increases. So I'm working diligently with our new brokers and the new carrier and underwriting at Philadelphia Insurance to try and minimize as much of an increase as possible. And part of that is working with their risk management department from USI. I met with them recently. We walked around the community, reviewed the facilities. I gave them an update of what we do on an annual basis as far as infrastructure improvement, roof replacement, road replacement, concrete replacement, waterproofing such as the power washing and painting program. A lot of the facilities that have already been improved upon, they take that information back to underwriting and put together a package that hopefully sells our community and gets us the best possible rate. So they will be going back to Philadelphia Insurance as a renewal, but they'll also be shopping it out to other carriers. And right now there's only really one carrier that's interested, and that's CAU. So they'll be shopping with CAU and trying to get the best possible rate. And last, we've got the contract in place for the contractor for Lake Tudor. We're waiting for approvals from DEP to move forward with the repairs. We did send over a repair plan. They asked for the materials that is going to be used on that particular project. We sent that over. They asked for some additional information from the contractor, which should be over there by the end of this week, if not earlier next week. Once they have that, hopefully we'll have the green light and we can get the contractor in here and move forward with the repairs. And that will conclude my report for tonight. Thank you.
Any questions for Tom?
Sean Boyle, 290C Malvern Court. I spoke to Tom Q last week, and he told me that there was construction going to be started on the 15th, which is coming past since Monday. And I did put a call out to you.
I was away.
Yeah, I assume. But I do want to know that, I went and told the rest of the neighborhood that it's a go, and we're going to see people there on the 15th, and I've had 26 people come to my door and ask me what's going on. And I said, I don't know. I put a call out. I haven't heard back, and that's just the way it is. And everyone's asking me, at what point is there going to be action taken on this? And you just mentioned that. You said either next week or the following.
So it was, yes, the contractor was scheduled for the 15th. The DEP came back and requested additional information, which could hold. We can't move forward until the DEP approves the repairs. So now we're just in a holding pattern. Once they give us the green light, we're going to move forward.
But you don't see that being ongoing, do you?
No, I mean, it didn't seem like the information that they asked for was too involved. So once that gets over to them, if the contractor could get in here next week or the week after that, well, it should be fine.
Okay, because it looks like they're not taking it as an immediate problem, as it was suggested when they had the first analysis of what was going on. They said it should immediately be addressed. Now, that's going back, 6 weeks? And immediately just doesn't seem to be the situation.
Well, no, we did take immediate action. We hired the engineer, we did the camera service, we sent all the information that the DEP requires, but every time we send them information, they ask for more information. So, unfortunately, we can't push the government process any faster than they're willing to work. So.
Okay, I just we'll have to relay this to the rest of the neighborhood that's, obviously interested in when the work is actually going to take place. We were under the impression that was going to happen Monday, but
We're waiting.
yeah, all right, fair enough. Thank you.
Hi, Dory, 334B. The Lake Tudor project, do we have a cost on that?
Yeah, the estimate from the contractor was around $38,000.
Okay, are we using a different contractor?
What's that?
Are we using a different contractor than we used last time?
Yeah, this is a contractor just does repairs such as this, and it's high pressure grouting that they're proposing.
Okay, what's the company's name?
I don't have that with me tonight.
Okay, did they put up a bond? Were you asking for a bond on this?
No, there's no bond on this.
Why not?
It was not requested.
we should be requesting a bond.
Yes, the board didn't request a bond be put on this job. It's a repair. It's not an infrastructure replacement. So they're just high-pressure grouting the leaks. That's all they're doing.
What did they use last time?
What's that?
What kind of grouting did they use last time?
They didn't use grouting. The pipes that were put in underground were plastic, high-density pipe. And typically, you don't have to use anything around them because they have a rubber seal. The DEP came in and asked the association, or basically told the association, that they wanted the pipes encapsulated in concrete. So that's what the association did, at an additional cost of $50,000, encapsulated all those plastic pipes in concrete. Now, why they're leaking, I don't know. You know, expansion, cracking, somehow it's not working out with the plastic pipe. And the only way to seal it up is either jackhammer up the old pipes or go in there and try and find a method to seal it.
And that's what we're doing, sealing it?
Sealing it, yes, it is with a grout. It's a specialized grout that it's high pressure and it's activated by water.
Okay. It would be marine grade, I'm sure, right? Obviously?
Yes.
Okay, another question. You said Lakewood MUA won't impact our budget. Have we paid anything to Lakewood MUA in regards to researching the Lake Tudor project?
Researching, I don't see how you...
Well, whatever the problem was, that we had heard that Lakewood MUA, there was a problem with them, and we might have to pay Lakewood MUA to do the research. Is there any truth to that?
No, I'm not sure what you're talking about in regards to that, but there was, with the pipe, I think the engineer mentioned that the amount of water coming out from the ground was greater than what was would be coming from the lake. So they were suspecting it could possibly be another source, but there's no proof to that.
Okay, so Lakewood MUA, any research that's being done as far as the leakage, they're taking care of it on their end, and it's not costing the village any money?
Right. No, they did their own leak detection, and I haven't seen the report. We did request the report, but I did speak with the CFO over at Lakewood MUA, and they are working to get bids to make the repairs. He did say that he didn't feel like the leaks were excessive, but once again, I haven't seen the report.
Okay. And you didn't mention this, but the JCP&L project on Dorchester, what's going on with that?
I'm still waiting for an update from the contractor. I know the one subcontractor, High Volt, has been pulling a lot of the new cabling and putting the switches in place. But I haven't gotten an update on the scheduling of the shutdown, so I'm waiting on that.
Okay. And will this take care of the problems that we have with so many streetlights out, especially since daylight savings time will be ending in another 5 or 6 weeks?
Well, the main issue is to prevent more of those blackouts here in the community. So the new switches and the new wires put in place is supposed to provide more reliable service. The street lighting is a whole different division, but they're supposed to be working on that as well.
Okay, is that something you're going to be following up on, or do the homeowners have to take care of that?
No, we continually follow up, but it is helpful when the residents do it as well, because the more voices they hear, the more action we get.
Okay. All right, and just a side note, I don't know why these tables are all so close together here. If people are coming up to the microphone here, these should be pushed over either way, all the way down, so people can get up and go back a little quicker, so you might want to relay that information.
Hi, Pete Pezzo, it's 32A Cambridge Court. Hey, Tom, I just wanted to ask you on the spillway repair, is it a two-phase thing? Like they got the seams that have to get repaired, and then they have the cracked pipes that have to get repaired? Is that correct?
It's all going to be done at once. The same method's being applied.
Right, but it's two things that have to get repaired: the seams and the pipes.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted, because I didn't realize if you had said the seams or not. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Tom. Committee's reports. Judy.
I'd just like to remind everyone that tomorrow at 10 o'clock in Buckingham Hall, our neighborhood representatives meeting is going to take place. If you're not a representative, you can still come and voice your concerns and ask questions. Hope to see you there.
Thank you, Judy. Anybody else with committee reports? Nope. As Tom said, Dorchester Pool is closed, thank God. No, I want to thank everybody that helped me out, volunteering to keep that pool open for the next, for the rest of the summer and 2 weeks that we added on. But it was a tough job. Being the chairperson there, forget it. I'll never want that job again. Janet did it for 16 years. She didn't have no problem, but yeah. Yeah, so I really want to thank everybody that helped out, and thank you very much. Vice President report. Nothing.
Tom?
President's report.
Oh, sorry. Can I just say something?
Sure.
I was told no, I can't, but I'm going to. Just to remind everybody that we decided as a board, totally unanimously, to put a moratorium on spraying throughout the village. So at the end of the contract this year, there won't be any more spraying, except for the golf course. For a year, and then we'll review the situation again. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. President's report. So you can see that we're doing a lot of work around the village. A lot of the roads are being repaired. But you gotta deal with the work. People you have to park your car in a certain place. You can't be driving on sidewalks. You can't be driving down the road while the guys are working. You got to give them a chance to do the job. You want this work done, so let the guys do the work. So, I know some people are disabled, but, we can deal with that. We can get somebody to, get them down the road, but it's, you can't be breaking the laws, driving on sidewalks. You can't be doing that. So, with the spraying thing is the other thing. We're stopping the spraying for a year and see what happens. And then hopefully it doesn't come back in my, my words. But, I just want to tell you that, we're doing things around the village. Oh, Gary wants to say something. Our new trustee.
Hello, everybody. I hope I can do a good job for you guys and be a nice interim. My question for tonight is, as some of you know, I live on Portsmouth, and I had my yard roped off because I did not want the spraying in my, what I call my front yard, but really my cul-de-sac yard. And they never came. So if anybody knows for a fact that they never came and sprayed your area, they don't have any white flags, there's nobody there, report that to us, because we're being charged for all of it. And we don't know where they did or did not spray. They just say they were done, but they never hit anything in my section. They were across the street, they were down the street, but for like 3 cul-de-sacs in a row, they didn't hit our area at all. So if you know for a fact they weren't there, this was 3 weeks ago, right, Tom?
Yeah.
They were still spraying up to 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
Drop a note, send an email, so that we can know for sure what sections they didn't hit, even though they're telling us they did spray. But they put that little flag that says this is been a treated area. That's all I have, thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Oh, we got somebody coming up. Who's this guy?
Good evening, Tom Haskell, 424 Chatham. So just a question about the spray. I understand about the people, being upset about it. But what are we going to be doing with the lawns? There's other alternatives, right? Are we just talking about chemicals for weeds? Are we doing, what type of fertilization are we doing? Are you using natural fertilizer? There's other things that could be done. Are we just, because honestly, me as a homeowner, I pay a fee to have the lawns taken care of. And what you guys have done is you've chosen not to take care of them. You've taken the equation out of that. So I would suggest, I would like to see if you could come up with something. I don't know, we just, because my thing is, Tom, I don't know how much we decreased the water in the village by a lot. I mean, the irrigation, so between the less irrigation, no fertilizer, no weed control, I think you're headed for a big problem that's going to happen. But we can wait a year and see, but then just remember, it could probably cost us twice as much to try to repair the lawns after the fact, because you have no seeding program, you have nothing. And whether you realize, I mean, we all pay for that to be taken care of in the community. So that's my only concern.
All right, thank you, Tom. Any rebuttal?
Dory, 334B. Tom Haskell, I remember when you were president, we had asked so many times to have the soil tested. So we're not wasting money anymore by fertilizing when we don't know what the soil needs. So we will be spending money, as chair of the environmental committee, that we will be spending money on testing the soil so we can address everything properly from the ground up. And personally, I mean, I walk around this end of the village, and you can't tell that it's been sprayed because we have so many weeds, and it's just a lot. So the best way to guard against that is number one, soil testing, and then amending the soil, and then planting seed. That's going to take a while, and when we seed, that'll squeeze out all the bad, hopefully all the bad weeds. Okay, so I hope that answers the question.
Kerry just wants to say this will be the final word on this. Kerry, would like to talk.
When we first moved in here, my husband and I took to caring for our own, the backside again where we live, the cul-de-sac side. And we did our own little mowing and took care of our seeding and fertilizing and whatnot on our own. We did a lot of it naturally, and it was very nice. And the past year or so, if people know, my husband was sick, we didn't have time to do that. So I now have nothing but crabgrass, and it's a disaster. I believe if we used better seed to begin with, a better brand of seed, and we could find a natural fertilizer that'll work just fine. I believe for years they used manure, didn't they? Probably pretty cheap. We could get it.
Oh, very cheap.
And I think it would be a little bit better for us to invest in a more natural way to do it. And yes, we can still cut down on the irrigation. We don't need the sprinklers every single night. We can do with sprinklers every other day or every 2 days, depending on the weather, if we can get the water sensors to work appropriately. And we don't need to water the areas that are continuously in shade and don't have grass. So we can cut back on that also. But I think if we start going with a better seed and natural fertilizer and weed control, vinegar is a very good weed controller, pretty cheap too. I think we could work out something that's equitable to everybody here and still make the property look nice, as opposed to the year ago when these guys came by and sprayed everything, and they sprayed too much, so we had brown stripes on all of our lawns.
Right, I agree.
And we still pay full price for that, whether they leave stripes or no stripes.
Yes, or whether they come out in a nor'easter or not.
Yes.
All right, thank you,
Just
Kerry.
my thoughts on it.
Thank you, guys. Like a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I make a motion.
And a second? Everybody in favor? Motion.